When do you want to be recording? Because we are
And
now.
now, oh, fucking, hi. Hey there. Welcome to week 12 of the Blood, Sweat, and Beers Hail Mary Happy Hour. I'm your host, Josh Hoy, along with my co-host and co-manager of the league, Tyler Main, co-commissioner, I should say. And we have a special guest on the podcast today. That would be one Gabe, GWall Pro. Hi, Gabe.
Hello, I'm here.
All
Yeah.
right, this intro has been way too NPR so far.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. All right, let's get into it. It's football time. We got the Monday night game in the back off of Gabe's shoulder. His pretty much playoff chances are riding off the back of this game and off the back of King Henry. So we'll be getting some input from him as we go through the episode. And by the end of the day, we might know pretty well what the playoffs could look like, or at least the toilet bowl. But stick around and watch through or skip to the end, at least, to see what happens.
Watch it on
we
two
really
times
need?
speed.
We
What do we
really need one of our fans to be like those dedicated YouTube fans who like watches through and then timestamps it for everyone else. I need one of you guys to step up and do that because we're not at the budget for that yet here at the Hail Mary Happy Hour. We're
There's a
looking at
paid
possibly
position,
getting a
Tyler will
summer
pay you.
intern next year, but until that happens,
Yeah, we'll see. As a side note, if anyone wants to apply to be a summer intern, just
we're currently
We're about to get
thinking
into,
about
we're about to
vacations.
get into winter right now. What are you talking about?
well, we don't need them right now, but
It's a competitive program. We hire ahead for the next year.
yeah,
Oh,
people want it.
Respect.
So
Respect.
it is an arduous interview process, so be ready. But yeah, anyway, Gabe, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for joining us on this Thanksgiving week.
I was just thinking this is a special week of the Hail Mary Happy Hour here. This is Thanksgiving Football Week episode.
Yeah.
Special in that multiple people couldn't do it, but most of them had good excuses. Some were sick, some were down away with family already for Thanksgiving. Some were Jordan, who's a rat bastard and just
Whoa.
canceled, even though this was his week. Like, he hasn't even been a real guest on the podcast, and he's was bitching about that and it's been canceled anyway.
Well, he made an appearance as he was about to fall asleep on the last time I was on the show.
Yeah, he's
We
had
here
his,
at
like,
the
off
Hail Mary
guest
Happy Hour
appearances.
are currently boycotting Jordan
Yeah.
Amnesty.
Yeah, we're kind of on strike from Jordan.
Oh.
And we'll see how long it continues. He'll have to make his, Hey Jordan, if you timestamp this episode though, that would like go a long way to helping. Just a note.
I agree.
It's going to be
Just saying,
real
that would
awkward if
actually
he wins the
all
whole
would be
league.
forgiven. But anyway, into some football, because that's what we're here to talk about. One, how about them Chiefs almost losing to the Panthers?
It's the greatest 10-1
I
team
don't
I've
know
ever
if you guys saw that.
seen.
I really wanted the Panthers to win. Everyone wanted the Panthers to win. It would have been so funny.
Who didn't want the Panthers to win that game?
No one. No one.
But no,
Man.
shockingly close game.
Shockingly close game.
I
And
mean,
there were a lot of really close games, including Gabe. I guess I'm glad someone's here to be happy about this. But
oh.
man, those Cowboys didn't deserve. Actually,
no, we
maybe
didn't,
they
but
did.
we won
Honestly,
anyway.
That was just the most fucked special teams game
Uh-huh.
I have
Yeah,
seen.
that game was wild. Also ending
Uh-huh.
with the returned onside kick.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, our guy, he just wanted his moment in the sun. He could have easily slid down and just ended
Could have
the
ended
game
the
and not
game.
had to worry
Yeah.
about a Commander's Hail Mary at the end, which has worked in the past. But no, he was like, nah, I'm just gonna run it back for a touchdown.
It was a pretty stupid decision to run that back.
It was because then if he knelt it down, Austin Eckler wouldn't have gotten a crazy concussion on the next kickoff. So a
that's fair.
lot of massive implications there for that. But
Yeah, a missed field goal and 2 missed PATs by the Commanders kicker 2
Yeah.
return kickoff touchdowns for the Cowboys.
And a blocked punt.
And the blocked punt.
I think they said that was the first game in NFL history to have all those things.
I believe
Really?
it because what a special teams meltdown. Like Turpin's run was
Oh,
insane.
come on, that spin move was beautiful.
That was like, don't get me wrong.
It looked like I was watching it in slow motion.
Amazing. Turpin deserved that one. That was like the one really good, cool play. The rest were like, guys, what the fuck is happening? What are you doing?
What number is McConkey on the Chargers?
I don't know.
I think he's like 15.
I gotta look out for him.
All right.
Anyways, yeah. Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah,
But-
the Cowboys. It was weird. Some Cowboys fans wanted to lose because like we're in like tank for draft pick mode. But you know, some of us other Cowboy fans are like, you know what? Maybe we still have a little bit of hope left of the season. We're only like 2.5 games behind the Commanders. But you know,
For
we'll see what
what?
happens.
Second in the division and barely in the
Second,
playoffs.
and we'll get a 7th seed wild card berth, and we'll lose it. But you know what? Who knows?
Pretty sure all
If we get
NFC
there, it'll be a
wildcards-
celebration. But you know, most of our fan base has pretty much given up on the team, which I don't blame
Every
them for.
NFC wild card is going to the NFC North. That's just the Packers and Vikings are going to get it.
Well, yeah, they get 2 of them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's really only that 7th seed that's up for grabs.
Yeah, the 7th. But yeah, it is.
Begs the question whether it should even exist.
Yeah, I'm
like
still
it. I
hoping
like
for
the 7th
Commanders
seed.
personally. I've got the bet going, and the Commanders, dude, not looking like the team of destiny that I was rooting for before.
Yeah, no.
But Jaden Daniels, dude, he was having a rough game. Jordan was down, and then man, he turned it on. Especially with the an 86-yard touchdown throw to Terry McLaurin, where the Cowboys just didn't even touch him. Like that. That's really how you did not deserve that win. Was that play? What was that? But man.
Yeah, our defense fell asleep.
Well, yeah, the rookie quarterbacks did show out decently, aside from Drake May, of course. But yeah, whatever. He's the youngest of them. He's the most. He's played the least games. But Caleb Williams came out.
Yeah.
Ended up in a.
Oh, the Bears
game
had a crazy
against the
comeback that fell
Bears
short.
almost managed to make something of that game. They played pretty well.
They did. Keenan Allen went off.
Who would have thought?
Sure.
Who would have thought?
Yep. DJ Moore went crazy against me.
How about the Texans losing at home against the Titans?
I had a really rough time with fantasy this week because
Texans are crying out.
In my dynasty league, I have Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard, and I have loved those guys. I've been big. I've had a lot of faith in those guys.
I miss Tony so much.
Yeah, dude, I love that guy. Victor had both of them against me, so I was like, I had to stop cheering for them to succeed and start it. It was one of those like you hate having those multiple leagues and having to root against the guys that you also like. And Victor's team has actually been pretty similar to my dynasty team because like I had Chris Godwin, Lamar Jackson, Calvin Ridley, Tony Pollard, and there's been a lot of that, like rooting for it, but not too hard. But yeah, he got the best of me this week for sure. But man, those Titans. All I'm saying, there's a lot of games in the season. Maybe they can win the division. Who knows?
Oh, so now you're talking about that for the Titans, but not the Cowboys? Wow.
3-7. Who knows? They got,
We're 4-7.
There's a chance.
That'd be a hell of a push by either team.
Yeah, just saying. No, the Cowboys can't do it. They got the Eagles. The Eagles are looking like.
We got the Giants on Thanksgiving. We could have our first winning streak of the season potentially.
Yeah, can we talk about that game on Thanksgiving? The Giants and the Cowboys, both with losing records. The showdown of Cooper Rush and Tommy DeVito.
Dude.
I'll be watching that 4:30 sharp. I will be watching that.
Tune in at 4:30 to watch CeeDee Lamb and Malik Neighbors get pissed.
I'm gonna take a nice Thanksgiving nap during that game.
Dude,
Not that I won't actually be celebrating Thanksgiving, but in like my imaginary Thanksgiving I'm celebrating, I would be taking a nap during that game.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's gonna be. It'll be a game. It will exist. And
Yeah,
speaking
yeah.
of those Giants, they just got rid of Danny. They have Tommy Cutlets in,
Tommy
and
Cutlets.
and Daniel
They lost.
Jones already cleared waivers. And teams are interested. Thing is, Daniel Jones has made clear he wants to be on a Super Bowl contending team, which
Yeah,
I
that's-
find hilarious.
I
Because
think it makes
don't
sense,
all
bro.
Super Bowl contending teams have starting quarterbacks at this point?
Yeah, bro, he's just locked into his position as career backup, dude. He is
Dude,
he's like,
he
yo,
could
if
go
you're
start for the Raiders right now.
What?
He could go start for the Raiders right now.
He
They
could.
just lost
Shouldn't.
Gardner Minshew for the season.
But they're not a playoff team. They're not a Super Bowl
Aiden
team.
O'Connell, baby.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell on IR, but he'll be coming off. They've got a bye week 14. Aiden O'Connell might come back.
Yeah, what happened? What happened to Jimmy G? Is he still on the Raiders, or like where'd he go?
I'm pretty
Jimmy
sure you're tired.
Garoppolo is actually on the. Rams?
Oh, it is. It is the Rams, I think.
Yeah, he is the backup to Matthew Stafford.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't heard that dude's name in years
Yeah, dude.
since he lost his spot to Brock Purdy.
Yeah, that was a rough one. So, hey, you know who else did? Trey Lance, who has also lost his spot to Cooper Rush, it seems.
Oh, he never got the spot.
Yeah.
Can't lose
Dave,
what you never had.
I am
Yeah.
actually. I do want to hear your take on the Cowboys as an organization right now, because surely you've seen all of them.
Yeah.
Specifically, the Sun.
The Sun. Oh yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of controversy about our stadium.
Yeah.
Our
Have you-
stadium,
have you
as if I
seen
own it.
Jerry
But about the
Jones'
Cowboys
comments
stadium.
on this?
Say it again.
Have you seen all of Jerry Jones' comments on this?
Yeah, no, I've checked them. I've checked them out.
What is he
the
saying?
Sun-
What is Jerry saying?
Jerry's speaking his usual Jerry PR marketing terminology. He believes the Sun is not a problem and that we've been playing through it, this whole time. And he's like, oh, if the Sun is a problem, then why don't we just, dig up the whole stadium and just rotate it away from the Sun and yada yada yada. I think that was sarcasm.
That
from
is
him,
not what
maybe.
he's actually saying.
No, he did say that.
No, he
Legitimately.
is saying like when people are saying like, oh, put up curtains, and he's saying like, oh, why don't we just dig up the stadium?
Why
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
we just take the stadium and push
Jerry-
it
Jerry
somewhere
Jones
else?
is
Yeah,
a rough
yeah.
spot. What was it?
Oh.
He said something like, what's the problem with the Sun? Like, we know where the Sun is almost a year ahead beforehand.
Yeah. He's like, we should know where the Sun is, so we should be able to account for it and yada yada. But like, the thing is, the Sun only affects the Cowboys, or they only affect the Cowboys on like 2 quarters a game on 425 Sunday games specifically. That's like later in the fall because
I
that's
don't
when
think
the sun's
that the
setting.
Sun is the
in daylight
Cowboys'
savings.
primary problem right now.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
but like,
it really
there was-
adds
there was
insult to
a-
injury.
there was a dropped CeeDee Lamb touchdown in one of our crazy blowout losses. I think it was Cooper Rush's first game
Yeah.
against, I don't remember who we lost to, but we lost to a team. We lost to many teams. The Eagles. We played the Eagles on, I think the Eagles was Sunday night. I don't remember
I don't know,
anymore.
but yeah, you lost.
We did lose.
And yeah, the Sun's just been, and it's happened a few times. And even in their press conferences, the Sun is like shining through.
Yep.
It's
No,
insane.
it beams through the stadium.
Yeah.
So it can be a problem sometimes. And they've talked about how they have closed the curtains and blocked the Sun out for like concerts and other events that they've hosted there. So it's not like they could
Not
do
that-
it. They
There
could
are
do it.
there are solutions readily available. It seems.
But I think they want to do it because they want to try to make the opponents disadvantaged as well. But we're also hindering our own productivity.
They should open and close them as the game goes on, just when
I-
they're on.
Now that's an idea. Now
That would be
that
wild.
Depending on how, I mean, It's a big stadium. I went there in person for the first time a couple months ago. I think they said like to close the curtains, it takes like an hour or something. So
Oh,
I don't
dang.
think
What?
I'm really checked it out. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow. Is the Thanksgiving game a home game or an away game?
It's always a home game for.
home
It's always a home
game.
game for the Lions, and it's always a home game for the
Oh,
Cowboys.
So the sun's gonna be a factor.
Yeah, the sun will be a
Yeah.
factor.
All right, hey,
boy.
keep an eye
Oh,
out. There's
expect
something to
more
pay
drop
attention to.
passes from both CeeDee Lamb and Malik Neighbors.
Who's excited for Tommy DeVito and Cooper Rush to throw passes to a blinded CeeDee Lamb and Malik Neighbors?
Can't wait.
Lamar, get the first.
Oh,
What are you doing? He didn't get the first down.
Oh, damn.
He tried to run it himself.
Well, oh yeah, couple injuries this week. Josh Downs went down. He's probably not going to play this upcoming week, which is a bummer for me. But good for the
Josh
Pats.
Downs is mid.
Take down those Colts. Josh Downs is a Gordon tier Josh, my guy. So like, back off of Josh Downs. He is the best receiver on the Colts.
The thing is, Anthony Richardson doesn't throw to any of them.
No, Richardson is mid.
Oh, Derrick Henry steamrolling. Randy got a
Richardson-
first down.
There he goes. Richardson, I believe, has played less games in his career than Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams, which I find funny. He's like more of a rookie because of his injury. He was out for a few games, got benched,
Yo,
missed
that's
most of
crazy.
last season. And on top of that, he's younger by a couple of years, played way less in college.
What were you talking about?
Anthony Richardson.
Oh, yeah.
Like, honestly, still just straight up a rookie.
Yeah,
He has a chance. He has a chance to progress, but man, he's got to get it together a little bit. Speaking of getting it together, also quarterback Aaron Rodgers might be benched. There's a chance that he will get benched.
Wait.
Apparently.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yep.
Oh.
It's
Oh, no.
rumors, but Jets staff have been discussing benching him, and he has apparently stated that he wants to play next year, but not necessarily for the Jets.
Oh, boy.
Which is absurd after bringing all of your guys to the Jets. Imagine being like, no, you got to trade for this guy and this guy and this. Not down work. I'm gonna go.
Dude, I don't know what team
you think
would
that
be.
says more about Aaron Rodgers, or does that say more about the Jets as an organization?
That's Aaron Rodgers, dude.
Aaron
He is.
Rodgers.
I mean, the fact that the Jets put up with as much as they did with him says a lot about their organization.
Like, were they
Dude,
not
Aaron Rodgers is a
having more?
villain.
Were they not legitimately having more success under Zach Wilson last year?
They
were.
were, I believe. They were.
I don't know what team in this league would sign Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
There's no-
I don't even think the Raiders would sign Aaron Rodgers, bro. They'd be happy to take Gardner Minshew again.
I would want Gardner.
Well, yeah, but
The
he's
Browns.
hurt.
The Browns would sign Aaron Rodgers. That's
Hell
yeah.
no. Don't you fucking dude, Jameis Winston is a champion.
Yeah, but
He's
he's gonna
all
get
they need.
Throwing
replaced by Aaron
interceptions.
Rodgers.
He will not get replaced by Aaron Rodgers. The vibes of the Browns, there has
Maybe.
never been such a monumental shift from having Deshaun Watson to Jameis Winston and Nick Chubb arriving together, like, to play.
Hmm.
Jameis Winston is my favorite. I love that guy.
Well, you're gonna be really sad when Aaron Rodgers takes his job next year.
I will legitimately
Oh,
I would be so pissed. Aaron Rodgers has just been signed to a 4-year, $265 million all-guaranteed contract by the Browns.
I don't
That's
think
what
they
I'm
have that money
expecting.
anymore.
No, they
I
don't.
don't think they have that money anymore.
No, that's all in Deshaun. Fucking Browns. Don't fucking matter. It's
Oh.
fine.
Oh,
But
I don't know if they got it. Oh boy. Okay.
anyway.
Sorry. No. Yes.
So
Yeah. No, that's not good for me if Aaron Rodgers gets benched because he's on my team. He's my number 2 quarterback. Danny Dimes is a free agent, and I got Tua playing, so I don't got Danny. I had to pick up Brandon Allen because
What about Michael Penix, Gabe?
Michael Penix is my dude. He's camping out on the bench. He's gonna ride up the keeper ranks. Just wait.
Michael Penix did play in a game, so he does
did.
officially. He can be kept officially.
Oh, if he
So I
doesn't
can- I
play,
can-
he can't be kept.
That's the JJ McCarthy rule. If you never play in the year,
Oh,
Then you
I
can't be
thought it was
kept.
just if they were injured.
no. If you never
So-
play a snap,
Wow. All right, Caleb,
Penix took a snap, so I can keep him.
but he played a snap.
what
and
round did
so-
you take him in? It's not worth
My-
The
keeping
last.
him.
It was the last round.
16. It was my very last. like dead
you,
last.
You can just not keep him and repick him with the last pick again. I think.
That is a legitimate thing. That may be true. You know, I'm just gonna swoop you in the 16th round. Just
I'm gonna trade up in the 16th round.
Steal Michael Penix from me.
you
No,
could
no.
drop him, and
Nobody
if
would
you
probably. No
later-
one would pick him up.
If anyone did pick him up, they could keep him still in the last round. That like in negative rounds even.
Hmm. Interesting.
But yeah.
It's
Anyway,
not gonna happen.
but it might.
All right.
Anyway, moving on. So talking about Derrick Henry, he is
Yeah.
he's the guy you're relying on.
Yeah, I
And-
am relying on him.
I've been
much
doing
so.
some trivia every week, and this trivia gonna do something a little simpler, and it's very simple. I'm just gonna name a player, and I want you to tell me if they're older or younger than Derrick Henry.
Oh,
Oh God, that's gonna be so difficult. First of all,
Okay.
how old, do I get a baseline? Do I get to know how old Derrick Henry is?
Tell you what, we'll do a couple, and then we can. I'll tell you how
I'm
old
thinking,
Derrick Henry is.
how old is Derrick Henry?
I
30?
think I want to say he's like 29. That's my prediction.
You know,
I
I
think
was
he's
right there.
around-
I'm between 29 and like 31. I'm thinking.
I
in
think
that
he's
range.
around that area.
All right, Josh, I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, first one is a player that I don't believe is even on the team.
Oh,
Leonard Fournette.
oh,
Is he older? or
he's,
younger
young,
than
he's
Derrick
younger.
Henry?
He's got to be younger.
Nah, Derrick Henry's older than Leonard Fournette.
Leonard
Derrick
Fournette was
Henry is older than Leonard Fournette. You are correct.
go.
It can't be
I-
by much,
well,
but yeah, dude.
it
no,
is
Leonard
not
Fournette
by
had
much.
a
It is-
quick career.
It is by 1 year.
1 year, damn.
All right, up next, Gardner Minshew.
He's older. Got to be.
I think
Dude, he's-
I
You playing for a hot minute.
think Derrick Henry's younger than Gardner Minshew. I think Gardner Minshew's older.
Gardner Minshew is also younger. Gardner Minshew's
Whoa.
28.
28.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
I
now
think I
I'll
am
give
right.
it.
Interesting. Okay.
Now you got it. I'll give it to you. Derrick Henry, he is 30.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
So
Fair
now
enough.
let's go through a few more. Give me Gabe, Dak Prescott.
Dak's younger.
Dak's got to be older. Dak's got to be like 32, right?
No,
No.
he's like.
Wait, no, he's
29.
younger.
like
He's
28.
younger. He's like 28.
Dak Prescott is 31.
Oh, he's older.
I shouldn't have let you change my mind, Gabe.
Dang.
I knew that.
Yeah.
That was
Dak
on you,
Prescott.
Derek. Come on. Oh man. He's rumbling. He's rumbling. He got another first down.
Speaking
Oh, if
on
he
the
gets-
on the
he
quarterback,
gets a touchdown. I'm in the lead. Sorry,
Derek Carr.
sorry. Derek Carr. If Dak's older, Derek
There's
Carr's older.
no way that Derek Carr is younger than Derrick Henry. There's no shot. Right? Derek Carr's got to be like 34.
Derek's been in the league for a minute.
How old is he? That look scares me.
no, he's old. Derek Carr's older. Derek's 33. He's,
Thank
Yeah.
God.
he wasn't on my list until you mentioned him, and I was like, oh, let's throw another Derek on here. Let's see what happens. All right. Calvin Ridley.
Younger. It's got to be.
Are you saying Calvin Ridley's younger?
Yeah, yeah.
I agree. I think Calvin Ridley's only like
Gotta be.
28, 29.
And go pass to Derek. Pass to Derek. What are you doing, Lamar?
Correct. Calvin
What are
Ridley
you
is 29.
doing? Don't run it yourself. Who is he throwing to? Oh, jeez.
And George Kittle.
Ooh. Oh, man.
I feel like they're like the same draft class.
I'm going to say younger. I'm going to.
I think George Kittle's older. I think George Kittle's like
younger.
32.
George Kittle is older than Derrick Henry.
Ah. Fair enough.
Yeah. It's only by he's 31, but it's honestly by a few months. Now my final one is not a football player.
3rd and goal. Derrick Henry. 60-yard
Justin
line.
Bieber.
Ooh, he just tripped somebody.
Yo.
Is Justin Bieber older or younger than Derrick Henry?
Hold up, let me do some big brain math right here. All right, Justin Bieber was like 13 when I was
He's younger. He's younger.
10. Therefore, Justin Bieber's like 27. Justin Bieber's got to be younger.
He's younger.
Justin Bieber is younger, but it's by about 2 months.
Wow.
Wait, is Justin Bieber 30?
Justin Bieber is 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, that one was kind of wild. I wanted one celebrity that was like, I want a surprising one. That one was surprising to me. But yeah.
Shit.
No, I think yeah, in that case,
Damn.
he
Well,
was
you did
so
decent.
20 so he was 10 around 2004. I thought he was 10 around 2008. That's why I was like, oh,
Yeah.
way younger. But no, he's
Yeah, dude.
okay. Interesting.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
So there you have it. You guys did decent.
Wait,
You got
2-point
tripped up
conversion.
on the deck.
You're gonna give Derrick Henry the 2-pointer. Are you gonna give Derrick Henry the 2-pointer? Come on. Nope. No, they didn't.
All right, he'll get it. He's gonna get it.
No, he
But no,
But yeah,
I'm
that
3
doesn't put my
points behind
career
him now.
Oh,
I'm
that-
3.
Wait, 3 points behind, and the Ravens are winning. That actually, I feel like you're gonna get it.
I'm 3 points behind. No, but Herbert is probably gonna pass to McConkey. It's gonna be back and forth.
Dude, oh, that's true. I don't know. No, pass to Will Disley. I got Will Disley in. I only need. I need to outscore Lamar by 48 points to beat Victor.
Easy.
I need Justin Herbert and
considering
Will
Lamar
Disley
just
to
threw-
outscore Lamar by 50.
Considering Lamar just threw another touchdown, I mean, I doubt it, but
that's a shame. Mark Andrews. Who's got Mark Andrews now? Fuck that guy. I hate that guy. My most despised.
I have him in both of my other leagues that aren't this one, so I mean, I'm kind of happy about that. But like, I would have liked Derrick Henry for this one.
I hate him. I had him. I thought he was good. I despise the man. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, can we talk about? I know. I think we moved on from like the whole football games, but how can we talk about Saquon Barkley's night last night? 300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
We super can. Yeah, Saquon with 2 70-plus yard touchdown runs. And fuck it, dude. He
almost broke the fantasy book.
Dude, this guy has more yards than like some teams have. Like,
Yep. He's
the
got more yards than the
Jaguars-
Cowboys have. We don't got any running backs.
Dude,
that's for sure.
the Jaguars as a team, passing, rushing, wish that they had the yards that Saquon Barkley had.
That's crazy.
I heard a stat from Colin Cowherd today. Saquon Barkley averages more yards per rushing attempt than the Cowboys do per passing attempt. Oh, than the Giants do per passing attempt. My bad. The Giants, not the Cowboys.
I mean, I would have believed it if you said the
Yeah,
Cowboys.
it was still believable, and that's what's rough.
He saw me and said Cowboys. I would have.
I did. That's actually exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I would have believed it.
Tough.
But yeah, man. It's like
the Giants.
very rough out there.
The Giants play abysmally. It's actually sad watching them play, but that doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like every other play he's ripping off like 20, like a 20.
Shout out to Saquon. It's great
honestly,
seeing him live his
maybe that's
best life.
good. That might be a good thing for people that are facing off against fantasy owners that have Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts is probably having a down year in fantasy because of how well Saquon's doing.
It's true. I mean, as a Devontae Smith owner, not a great time. Not a great time to have him. You know, AJ Brown will always get the ball.
Receiver on the Eagles
Yeah.
because AJ Brown's been hurt.
Yeah. AJ Brown will always get the ball when he's on the field. Like, he'll manage. But after that, it's just like, yeah, run it with Saquon or throw it to AJ, and that's all you got to do. They keep winning.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's
Actually, I'm surprised the Ravens went for 2 when they were up 7 after scoring the touchdown.
Weird. Who knows? The Harbaughs. Oh, this is the Harbaugh.
The Harbaugh.
The Harbaugh. It is the Harbaugh.
Jim and John. Yeah. Which is wild that there was an actual Harbaugh in the past.
There
Like,
was an
Super
actual
Bowl.
Harbaugh.
that those two
Super
actually faced
Harbaugh.
each other in
Isn't
a
that the
Super
same
Bowl.
one where the lights turned off for like 20 minutes or
Yup.
something?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that
that's the
one.
one.
With the like the 104-yard kick return to start the third quarter.
Wild.
I think it was 109 yards actually. But,
Who remembers
All
the
right.
return to that? Jacoby Jones.
yup.
Now
Jacoby
I'm gonna push off the fucking shit fuck bed shitter and the
Aw.
big man because I want to see a little more. I want to let a little bit more of this game happen.
Mm.
Maybe we have an actual outcome because that's gonna affect it. In
Hey,
all honesty.
Oh, I was okay. You know what? If I do lose, then can we make the choker of the week or whatever you want to call it, their super long name, Christian Watson for getting 0.4 points and dropping a deep touchdown pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That checks out.
Yeah,
He's my nomination if I lose fantasy this week.
what?
And you can be the down bad manager, Gabe.
Yeah,
I
probably will be.
think you probably would be if.
I think whichever one of them loses is honestly it.
Whichever one loses.
He's looking pretty rough for.
Steve's rough, but he's probably accepting at this point.
He's accepted fate.
Who knows?
He's down bad. He gets it. Honestly, between the Charmin
He's
Ultra
got a good
softies,
team though. That's the thing. He's got a solid team. Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, Marvin Harrison.
like, he's down
Like,
bad
that's
on
crazy.
the season, but yeah.
Down bad.
And speaking of all of that, we can move into Tyler's next segment, which is our
Oh.
weekly segment
Yes.
this week.
Wait, the gambling?
No,
welcome to a new segment on our podcast called That's Rough, Buddy. Basically, we're going to be playing. I guess it's not really a game here, but I'm going to be presenting you guys with 2 options, 2 teams. One of them from the NFL, one of them from the Blood, Sweat, and Beers League. Your job is to decide who's been more of a disappointment this year, all right?
Wow, disappointment's a strong word.
Disappointment is a strong word. All right. So our first comparison here is going to be the Big Ballers. Now, the Big Ballers, 3-8, first team to be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. That said, they've scored over 1,500 and actually have more points for than I believe any of the 3 managers on the screen right now.
They
probably
do
do.
have more. They do have more than me. I do know that as a pretty. Yeah.
With all that scoring, such a bad record, have they had the more disappointing season, or is it the Cincinnati Bengals, who, despite having scored the 5th most touchdowns and have the 6th most overall points, are still currently 4-7?
That's crazy.
The Bengals season is an example of why I love that fantasy football can fuck you over and points for doesn't matter. Because the Bengals have just continued doing that choking. I mean, they lost to the Patriots week 1, and from there it has not gotten all that much better.
Yup.
And it's insane how good of a team they are for where they're at. But honestly, I don't know. I didn't feel... For me, I actually think I lean more to disappointment in Big Steve's Big Ballers. I think the Bengals have gotten off to a slow start in a lot of seasons, and this year they couldn't pull themselves out. But Big Steve's Big Ballers, I mean, he made some moves during the draft. Specifically, he made a move to get Bryce Young, who, is Bryce Young. And he also went for Marvin Harrison Jr. early on. He kept Hawkinson on his bench or on the IR for a while. Tank Dell was meant to be better. Like, he's got a lot of guys that were just not as good as you had hoped. Jordan Addison, a keeper of that team, who had a great rookie season and has just not done anything until this week, where he was on the Big Ballers bench, put up 28 points.
Yeah,
and
he's popped
did
off.
not go. So I honestly do think I would put the Ballers as the more disappointing here, especially in a division where everybody is so close except for them, and yet they have more points for than half of the guys above them. Like, yeah,
Oh, man.
it's a rough one. It's a rough one. People remember the three-peat of highest points in a loss. At least I remember.
Yeah,
They got 3 weeks in a row highest points in a loss.
That's
That's
crazy.
tough.
All right, so Big Ballers, more disappointing. But we got 2 more teams that we're going to compare here. First up from our league, we have Too Much Water, who after their loss this week is 6-6, not eliminated, but certainly has a difficult path to the playoffs. And they've had the most points against this season. Now, on the other side of the ball, we have a team that is 5-6, and while they're not the worst defense in the league, they're slightly below average this year. And this is a team that has traditionally relied on their defense heavy, and that is going to be the 49ers, who find themselves in a similar spot where they're not eliminated from the playoffs, but they have an uphill battle to get there. Which of these 2 teams has been more disappointing this year?
Gabe, you want to take spearhead this one?
Interesting. That's a tough one. I'm gonna go 49ers. I think they're the more disappointing team. I think Aaron Rodgers hate club over here, 6-5. They're not out of it. It looks like they've had some bad luck, it seems, with their points against, but at the end of the day, they are gonna be 500. Things are looking decent for them. While they might not get a playoff spot, they do seem relatively safe from toilet bowl for now. We'll see what happens. So I think they're in a decent spot where they are. Obviously, they just got a little bit unlucky with who they fought which specific week. But I mean, the 49ers, I feel like we expected them to kind of be where the Lions are this year as well. Just like repeat NFC East to Super Bowl contenders, like maybe have 1 to 2 losses at this point, but they've just had some bad losses. I mean, we know Christian McCaffrey's been out for most of the season, but even when he's returned, he hasn't looked like the same Christian McCaffrey. The 49ers offense just hasn't been clicking like it did last year, even with Brock Purdy out on the field. So I don't know. The Niners being in dead last in their division or 3rd place or wherever they are.
They're 3rd place right now, I think, but they're tied with the Rams for last. But
Rams lost to the Eagles. That's right. So so they're 3rd place, tied for last. It's not looking good for the Niners. Luckily, their division is super close, so they probably have a chance to still win the division. A wild card is probably out of reach, but Niners have definitely been the more disappointing team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. The Too Much Water, he has some things going for him. He's probably not going to get knocked into the toilet bowl, but we'll talk about that a little later. But man, these Niners, the vibes feel bad. Debo looks slow. Ayuk is gone and wasn't playing too well even before he got injured. Jennings is a bright spot, but aside from that, it doesn't look all that good. They just got destroyed by the Packers. That was with Brandon Allen, of course, but yeah, for a team that we thought was going to be like exactly a powerhouse like the Lions, it is just not that. So, yeah.
All right, and our final comparison here, and this is my favorite comparison by far.
Oh boy.
I can see it, and I like it.
So, first up, we have Granny's Gold Galleons, who are 5-6, could fall to 5-7 after this game. We'll have to see what happens. Or Dallas, also 4-7 on this season. And the reason I like this comparison so much is objectively, both teams should be better than they've been performing. For GGG, a lot of players being left in the lineup, questionably injured players on bye weeks. And for Dallas, just not being able to execute despite the amount of talent on that roster. So the question I have for you, Josh, is Gabe the fantasy football Mike McCarthy?
See, I don't think he is personally. I actually think he just might be the opposite. And that's because Mike McCarthy, and I suppose really Jerry Jones as well, is these guys that manage this team put all their money into a couple, 2, 3 players, and then the rest of the team just has nothing. And it really sucks when one of them gets injured and takes, a quarter of their cap space money. But meanwhile, we have Gabe over here. Gabe actually really leaned into the rookie deals. We see him with guys like Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze, Xavier Worthy, and that's something I like to see. He goes with he's got Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry with some veterans, but the thing is, he's been pretty bad at picking both veterans and rookies. So, except Derrick Henry. Because he chose Aaron Rodgers, who just hasn't quite done it for him. I do think that the Cowboys are more disappointing because of how silly they feel. They feel like a parody of themselves at this point. And Granny's Gold Galleon they still have a chance. Like they could pull a comeback here.
They could also fall and lose their second straight toilet bowl.
They could, but we're not there yet.
Gabe, how does that feel? The looming threat of a second toilet bowl loss in 2 years.
Someone has to represent the bottom of the league, and so if it's me, then that's just that was the destiny for the Gold Galleon. And why the heck did Justice Hill run for the touchdown and not Derrick Henry?
That sucks, dude. That would have been that sucks a lot.
Unbelievable.
Wow, that's disappointing. That's a rough one.
Wow.
Derrick Henry does currently have 20 carries for 119 yards, so he's putting in work. But
he kind of has some points, but doesn't look like enough.
But Granny's is still only 2 points behind. Like, it is still so possible. So, but yeah, I would still say the Cowboys are more disappointing. You really hope for better. Specifically, it's really the defense. I mean, the Cowboys were an elite defense last year.
Yep. And
now, God, they're one of the best running back matchups. So, yeah, I would still say it's the Cowboys. Maybe they're just blinded by the light.
We're not as disappointing. Let's go.
But Granny's Gold Galleon, I think they got a little bit going on at least. But yeah, I'd also like to shout out the most disappointing team, NFL or Blood, Sweat, Beers or otherwise. It's the Jets. There's nothing more disappointing than the Jets. I've never seen higher hopes get dashed as hard as this season has done. So fuck you, Jets. Moving on. So, I believe we're running a little long, so we can go through the playoff picture fairly quickly. And, well, it's pretty straightforward. We don't know which way Gabe's matchup is going to go.
Nope.
But
Never done.
Well, okay, if Justice Hill ran 51 yards for the touchdown, then good for him. That's I assumed it was like a 2-yard run.
No, he broke
Alright.
open.
Well, good job, Justice. So, if we're looking at our current makeup, not much has changed. We've got potentially, depending on who wins your matchup, the Dragons will enter into the playoff picture a little more, being a game ahead of She Loved My McConkey. Now, they do have a matchup against the McConkeys in week 14 that is going to be very tough with the bye weeks that they're dealing with, but who knows?
Crazy
now,
things happened. Johnny
Mr.
Smith
Main over
is going
back on week
off.
14 buys.
Now, obviously, that everything is a bit of a mashup in the High Life division. In the Twee division, the Scoundrels have actually clinched their playoff spot. So, the Notorious Scoundrels, Auto Draft Supreme, are officially the first team to make the playoffs. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
that's something.
Take that for what you will. But also in the playoffs right now is my team, the Basement Gremlins. The H2O, the Aaron Rodgers Hate Club, right behind me with 1 game. However, I do have more points for, so they would have to win out, and I would have to lose both games for them to actually leapfrog me. Almost the more interesting one is the Bongside Kicks, who actually could also, if I lose out and they win out, they would actually make the playoffs all the way from the toilet bowl, which I find very interesting. They also have a very good chance of getting themselves out of the toilet bowl with just being 1 game and more points for behind Aaron Rodgers Hate Club. So, looking ahead,
Aaron Rodgers Hate Club plays Bongside in week 14 as well.
Yeah. So, if
week 14 is gonna be a crazy week.
Week 14 is going to be a crazy week with a lot of buys and a lot of decisions that will be made. So, looking back into the High Life division, we have the Ballers, who are the only team that has clinched a toilet bowl spot.
How did the Ultra Softies not clinched? Oh, I guess not a toilet bowl spot, but they can't make the playoffs at this point.
So technically,
oh my!
No, they can't make the playoffs. They can't make the playoffs, but they can manage to escape the toilet bowl. It is unlikely because it would need the Bongside Kicks and Aaron Rodgers Hate Club to almost lose out.
But they can't because they play each other.
Oh, yeah. Wait. The Softies might. It's possible the Softies have actually clinched a toilet bowl. But we'll revisit that next week because we won't hold this up right now. But yeah. And I mean, yeah, there's a good chance that the Dragons win this next week to go to 8-5 against the Ballers. I say a good chance. He still has less points for. So who
toss up?
Who knows?
You never know, man.
But yeah, the playoff picture is an interesting one. And for those that are interested, now is as good a time as any to go over a little bit of a gambling ring that we're going to be setting up.
Oh boy.
Which I will message this in the chat in the coming week. But after week 14's games, there will be a betting window that opens for people to enter in bets to choose who they think will win the championship and lose the toilet bowl. You must bet a minimum of $5 on someone to win and to lose. And you are also free to add on to that as the odds change and as more people bet. So each bet must be a minimum of $5. But we just want to see if we can get some friendly betting going on in the playoffs. 4 teams will go into playoffs. You can choose one of those teams to win. You can choose a different team to win. And it'll be as simple as whoever chooses the team that won, anyone that chose that team will split the winnings proportionally amongst themselves. And like we're not going to do any like complicated betting odds. It's just that we'll have publicly what the betting odds are according to what people have bet.
Yes.
So more specifications will come out. I'll write something, send it out. But if that's something that interests you, that's coming up. So get excited. A little bit of interleague betting.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And on that note, it's time for Tyler's Degenerate Gambling Corner. Take it away, Tyler.
Welcome to a very special episode of the Degenerate Gambling Corner. This is the Thanksgiving special. Thanksgiving is a time that is near and dear to my heart, as it is where my origins in sports gambling began with my cousins on Thanksgiving. So, very special episode, and I hope the rest of you, while you're spending time with your friends, your family, and watching football, will gamble, because what could make Thanksgiving better than winning money? And if you lose, you'll be too full and maybe a little bit drunk to care. So, let's get into it.
You won't have any money for Black Friday shopping then.
Or you'll have all the money for Black Friday shopping.
Or
you ever think about that?
If they listen to you, we'll have all.
You ever think about that?
Mm-hmm. All right. So coming in this week, we got 2 picks. We have a Thanksgiving special, and we have a lock of the week. We're going to start it off with the Thanksgiving special. So we're serving it hot this Thanksgiving. We have a 6-leg touchdown scorer parlay for your Thanksgiving. Starting it off in the 12:30 window, we're asking Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery to get it done. Let the boys eat. Each of them are going to need to take it in and score a touchdown. Coming up next, we have the Cowboys and the Lions. We're only asking for one thing from this game. We're asking for Tyrone Tracy to find the money zone, baby. Tyrone Tracy plus 155. I feel good about that. And finally, if we're still kicking it alive after these first 2 games, game 3, we're going to be sweating, because we need 3 legs to hit in this game. We need Josh Jacobs, we need Tucker Kraft, and we need Devon Achane. But if it's a good Thanksgiving and all 6 of our boys eat, this is a plus 4,184 line right now. That means you're turning $5 into a little over $200. Boys, who's eating on this Thanksgiving?
I would like to object on the Tyrone Tracy. I just don't think the Giants will.
That is honestly like the best bet of these, I think, against the
best
Cowboys.
Bet?
Dude, terrible run defense. Tyrone Tracy will probably break off like a 7.
Last time we faced the Giants in week 4 on a Thursday night, the Giants didn't score a single touchdown.
Well, that wasn't Tyrone Tracy. That was
the Giants. Yeah, we're facing the Giants at Thanksgiving.
That was Devin Singletary.
I'm pretty sure Tracy was on that team.
The Cowboys are ass, okay?
Your
defense is ass.
Your defense.
They got Tommy DeVito now.
If anyone is scoring a touchdown in that, it's going to be Tyrone Tracy. Now, Tucker Kraft is a bold one. A lot of mouths to feed. on that offense. But honestly, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, for the record, have 9 games where both of them have scored a touchdown in their careers.
Yep. That's where T-Man has come up with that.
Which is the 3rd most of any running back duo.
See?
And that's ever over the course of like both of their careers. So it's kind of actually insane that they have that over the course of not even 2 seasons.
2 full seasons, yeah.
So
let the boys eat.
I'm not going to pretend it's not insane, but
I mean, hey, but
damn, I mean,
how much money are you putting,
baby?
How much money could you win?
I mean, Gabe, like I said, if you bet $5, you're winning a little bit over 200. So, I mean, shit, slap a 0 on there, bet 50, you're winning over $2,000. That's a good Thanksgiving in my book.
I don't hate it.
All right, and now the lock that we have for you this week, I think pretty interesting lines. Now, granted, there's reasons to doubt both these teams, but we're taking two home teams who should win their games. First up, we have Washington at home against Tennessee. Tennessee coming off an unexpected win against Houston on the road. Washington coming off a disappointing loss against Dallas. But I think Washington's going to right the ship. They have playoff implications. They have playoff hopes. They got a lot that they're still fighting for at this point in the season. Give me Washington. We also have Minnesota and Arizona. Very similar situation. Minnesota, way closer game than it should have been with Chicago. But they're at home. Same thing. They're fighting for their playoff seeding at this point. So I feel pretty good. And if you take just these two home teams, you're getting plus 108. So a little bit more than a double up. I think this is an easy lock for Sunday.
Now, personally, I will say both of these worry me a little bit for different reasons. Washington, Tennessee, both of their running backs seemed a little banged up after the game. And Tennessee does have a pretty good passing defense, so that's my main worry there. And with Minnesota, Arizona, Kyler Murray is a flip of a coin, whether he looks like a top 5 quarterback in the league or a bottom 5 quarterback in the league. And I just don't, at this point, I don't know. He could show up and be just tearing apart defenses, scrambling all over the place. Or he could show up and throw a pick six, and hopefully he grazes the fingers of Marvin Harrison Jr. along the way. But yeah, so honestly, minus 200, I don't. These are two teams that I like have those guys on my teams. So I look at them differently. But the home. Nah, Commanders can beat Tennessee for sure. Minnesota, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Josh does not trust Minnesota.
And if anything, that's probably means you should bet it.
Means you should lock that in. Means you should absolutely smash that Minnesota money line right now.
Yeah, honestly. I was ready this week. I honestly, the only reason I didn't was because I forgot to before 1. I was ready to put $500 on the Buccaneers beating the Giants. That was the most obvious win I could have imagined.
I don't disagree. I think everybody saw that coming.
And I was just like, man, I forgot to do it. Oh well, it's fine. I won't do it. But I could have ended up positive on the year if I did that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure Gabe's aware of this, but Gabe is currently only losing by 0.15 points.
Yeah, it's close.
That's why Ravens have the ball.
This is why I haven't been talking much. I've just been focused.
Derrick Henry is going crazy. He has 134 rushing yards.
Y'all should have taken the money line over me. Oh, come on. That might... that's like 7 yards.
All right.
Well, that should be it then, Gabe.
If it's 7 yards, then you're ahead. All right.
Wait, am I ahead? I don't know. Wait, no, I'm not ahead. What the heck just happened?
Yes, you are. You're ahead, Gabe.
I'm ahead now?
No, I'm not seeing ahead.
I see ahead.
It updated for me, and then I updated again, and it brought it back.
You're at 127.8 right now.
I have 127.
Give me that update, game. Give me that update.
Come on.
Okay, Derek's taking a rest. Honestly, probably smart. There it is, an update. Wow.
He's ahead.
Can we actually have good fortune?
It's insane how much the percentages shift off of that one run.
Wait. No, don't get that first. Oh, wait, flag anyway. Okay.
Man. A touchdown either way will be like a nail in the coffin. After a little bit of, waiting to see how things shook out, it is time for Josh's fucking shit fuck bed shitter of the week. And this week, the fucking shit fuck bed shitter goes to a lovely Christian Watson who last week had a big game. A lot of yards, had a touchdown. Wow. Yeah, let's follow that. No. He had a chance at a touchdown catch, but he dropped it. So he ended up with what, 0.4 points, 0.4.
0.4.
And that's a pretty big contributor to the fact that, well, G-Wall Pro is looking like he's going to be losing this one on his way to the toilet bowl, almost definitely, but not absolute. But
One more loss. Bucks his ticket.
it is a rough outing out there.
Gabe, 2 years in a row. I, as a fan of soccer, Gabe, we might have to relegate you out of the league if you lose the toilet bowl 2 years in a row. I just don't think it's good for anyone to keep you around here any longer.
Dude, hey, we're gonna start a nice relegation.
I mean, Gabe, if I'm you,
I wouldn't be surprised. I would deserve it.
Look, Gabe, all I'm saying is, if I'm you, I'm locking the fuck in right now.
And then I'll sign my resignation.
Gabe, I'm telling you, I know that you're 5-7, but you now need to be more locked in than you've been all fucking year. You need to dial it in and not lose your second straight toilet bowl.
Yeah, it'd be kind of bad.
It would be bad. It would be real bad. But on to our big man of the week. This one goes to a lad, Jaden Daniels, who had a rough start to the game, but brought and really finished off the day with an 86-yard bomb to Terry McLaurin, which a lot of the work was on Terry McLaurin, admittedly. But both of those players are on the team of the SCLSU Mud Dogs, who managed to defend his claim to the playoffs, facing Big Steve's Big Ballers. And now he did win by 20 points. The SCLSU Mud Dogs won by 20 points. But that one play was worth more than 20 points. So even though it was a 20-point match, Jaden Daniels did single-handedly win this week for the SCLSU Mud Dogs and kept them in the playoffs.
Crazy.
So, wild times, truly. But yeah, I also realized we didn't actually do Upset of the Week.
Oh, Upset of the Week. Yeah, we skipped Upset of the Week.
Upset of the Week is finishing off this episode.
Not that Josh has any chance to come back.
I got it right this week.
You did.
And if you get both wrong, I can tie. I can still tie.
You can still tie.
So we'll see what happens, because I did pick the. Wait, who did I pick?
Big Steve.
I did pick
Big Steve's Big Ballers
to win. And wait, no, I did that. Did I do that last? No, I meant who did I pick last week to get to where I am? I picked Bongside to beat Charmin.
Bro, Bongside's the pick, dude. Speaking of Bongside being the pick.
Bongside the pick. Like I said, they're if they go on a run, if they keep going, they could make some things happen. But on to this upset of the week. Tyler, yeah, who's your pick?
Bongside, baby. In Bongside, we bong ride. Bongside over McConkey. Combination of, I think it's a possible upset, and I also just really want them to beat McConkey this week. So let's double down on it, baby.
Yeah, you need McConkey to take a loss here to keep your playoff chances real vibrant. But me personally, I'm kind of rooting against it now, because I have Big Steve's Big Ballers, the guy with more points for than me, coming through and taking down the Drunken Dragons, and in doing so, putting me only if McConkey and the Ballers win, it would take the Dragons out of the playoffs most likely, and put me one game behind on the upset picks. So, hey, let's see if it happens. But
yeah, I didn't really realize that if they both win this week and I lose, I'm pretty much out of the playoffs.
Yes, pretty
barring
much.
that I score like 250 points week 14 with my like 6 players on buys.
All right, so guys, here's the thing. The Chargers scored a touchdown. It's 30-23. What if the Chargers get an onside kick, recover it, score a touchdown, game goes to overtime, the Ravens get the ball, can get it to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry scores the game-winning touchdown?
I mean, I guess that's your best hope at this point.
I mean, yeah, it's not impossible. Yeah.
That is my only hope.
How much time is left?
46 seconds.
So it's the onside kick. All right, sure. I'm still gonna say the outro.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us on this Week 12 Hail Mary Happy Hour. And as always, set your fucking lineups. Because again, Victor, Tajay Spears was out. You still won. Piss me off.
Best.
But set your fucking lineup.
I wish I had that luck.
And just watch some football, guys. And we'll see you next week. See ya.